And in my early walk, we went through some healing ministry time. There was a healing group at the church we were at that time, and we went through that. And I learned about things like a concept that's called emotional branching. What it means is sometimes the thing you're struggling with is not the origin. Sometimes you're fighting the weed and the root is still there, so it keeps regrowing. Now, as I said, God has helped me shed a lot of things in my life, helped me get rid of many things that have held me back. But there is one thing that has plagued me since childhood, again and again and again. And I know I've talked before when we've done talks here, I've talked about how God doesn't grade sin. Sin is sin to God. If you're lying or you're murdering someone, they're both equal in God's eyes because they're both not following his will. Now, we as humans like to grade sin because it makes us feel better when we have those lesser sins compared to some people. But that's not his way. But the other problem with grading sin is sometimes it keeps you from getting the help you need. Because you believe that sin you're suffering from is something you could not possibly tell someone else. Because if you talk to somebody else, well, you'd be ostracized. That they would turn their backs on you, that they would see you differently, that you would be treated differently. And that's a big problem with grading sin. Because in your own eyes, you can be beyond being able to be helped by others. So I struggled with this for decades. And I would have victory over it for a time. I went to encounters. I went through sozo sessions. But every time I went through those scenarios, I was talking about the fruit of where the problem was. I was cutting the heads off the plants, but I was leaving the roots and the stem down in there because I couldn't talk about the root and the stem.